Merch Minds Podcast, episode number 75. Young, looking fresh, looking sharp.
Hello, sir. You're not looking too bad yourself, man.
This guy got a haircut. That's what I like.
Look at you, man. You're like a little young pup. Huh?
Yep, that's what they say.
All right, man. Well, we're back.
We're back.
Something about apparently there was a rumor last week. Someone was spreading something about the podcast ending. I don't know, man.
And then here we are next week.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but for the record, I'm gonna put an end to that rumor. The Merch Minds podcast is not going anywhere. We're here.
They're like, but Young, you said.
Oh, did I say that? Well, apparently people don't listen to instructions. I said listen to the very end. It was an April Fool's joke, guys. Come on.
I know.
Get with it. Get with it.
The responses were funny. That some people were just like, I'm so sad that it's ending.
Yeah.
And it was just I was like, man, this is people were heartbroken.
Oh yeah, man. I was getting some messages. People were upset. People were sad. But yeah, man, you guys don't listen to instructions, man. Listen to the whole episode, and then you'll find out that it was an April Fool's joke. But we're not. Where are we gonna go, guys? Look, I mean, it's just look. We ain't got no job. It's Friday. We ain't got. You know what?
Nothing to do.
Yeah,
chilling.
But yeah, no, we're not gonna go anywhere, guys. That was definitely an April Fool's joke.
Talking about do we have any merch news? I think we just talked about the wrinkle effect thing last time. Do you have any other news?
Nothing that I know of. I mean, we can talk about a couple of things that's going on, but as far as like official Merch by Amazon news, no, I haven't heard anything.
Oh, okay. What do you want to start with, the numbers or the other news?
We can start with the numbers. I can go. Let's see. Last, did I mention that I got tiered up?
I don't think you did.
Okay, so I'm now on the 4K tier.
Like a champ.
And you know what? Here's the thing. I got to give credit to Merch Lister Pro. I've been using that for the last couple of months, and it really helped. It really did help with streamlining everything.
Okay, I thought you were going to shout out an actual person, but you're shouting out software.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? We can give a shout out to Johnny King. He's the man behind Merch Lister Pro. So yeah, we can give him a shout out. Okay. And for the record, he'll be on the show next week.
Oh, nice. Nice little segue.
Yeah, but so I'm officially on the 4,000 tier. And my numbers, you know what? I don't have the exact numbers. I don't have the exact number of live shirts, but it's somewhere around 1,600 right now. And for the last 7 days, I sold 104 shirts. Product purchases, $2,175.88, and my average take-home royalty is $514.50. So it's slowly, like a damn snail, it's slowly making a slow improvement.
Slow improvement.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of right there with you. So products sold 168, and estimated royalties $584.95.
How much?
$584.95.
Okay. Well, cool. Yeah. So your numbers are
snailing up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I finished the last couple of days, I think, with like 600 something. Hopefully I'll finish the day at the 600 whatever range and try to go from there. But I had like a couple of shirts that really took off like the last maybe week or so, and then now they're like dying down again. It was just like for a little like spurt that was just like quick, and then now it's like dying down. And then the other ones that have been selling are all older shirts. The new ones that I've posted the last week or two, I've only sold like 1 or 2 of those. All of the rest of them are all older ones. So
yeah, no, it sounds like me. It's like a lot of my sales are just older shirts. Every now and then, I might sell like a new design. But I would say, gosh, I don't know, like 98% of the time, it's always old designs.
Yeah, it's just weird to me, I guess. Like some of these, I mean, some of these designs that like I don't remember even having, because they were like so old. And then I go back, I was like, oh yeah, that one. But then all these new ones, I'm like, it seems maybe I'm just like keeping up with these new ones over and over because I want to see them move, and then I don't see them move, and I see these older ones, and I'm like, I wonder why they purchased this. Like, I'm trying to figure out the back end, thinking like the customer, why did they buy this old shirt? What did it come up? What was it about? So I don't know. We'll never know
Mhm.
what the customer
Um,
thinks.
yeah. So I've been now. Do you see any pattern? Because here's the thing, like when merch by Amazon was good, right? Um, the only pattern that I ever saw was my numbers would increase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, are you seeing a pattern like with your sales? Like, like one day you'll have like 20, 25 sales, and the next day it'll go down to like single digits. And then the
Yeah,
next day after that, it'll go up to like 18 sales. So it's like all over the place. Are you
yeah,
seeing that with your account?
that was yesterday for sure. Yesterday was only like 5 or 6 sales, and then I had five or
Okay.
six sales like in the morning this morning.
Okay.
So you know what I
I
mean?
thought I thought
That
it was
is
just me.
random.
I thought it was just me because, like I said, in the past, you would just see like a pattern of just a, just a slow increase of sales. But these days, it's been all over the place. So definitely things are happening at Amazon. And here's the thing, right? I mean, I talk to Ken all the time, right? Ken
Yeah.
Real.
Hmm.
Obviously, um, he can't disclose a lot of things, but he does keep saying, "Young, just hang in there. There's a lot of things happening right now. There's some good things that's going to be happening." And I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting, right? Because everyone, like Anthony's always talking about, oh, I feel like something big is gonna happen, right? So I just, it's just that I'm being impatient, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I want something to happen now, but yeah, but Ken keeps insisting. I don't know. He hasn't told me. So don't message me asking me what it is because I honestly don't know, and I respect Ken too much to even ask him what it is because again, I just don't want to ruin my relationship with Ken and then ruin his relationship with Amazon. So I honestly don't know, but I just can't wait to hear what it is. Right?
Yeah. And of course, things like this we already know is going to take some time,
Of
since it was
course.
still very new. But um, yeah, I think it's kind of a mixture, right? People that are just kind of over and done with it because they're kind of frustrated, especially the ones in the very beginning. They don't see things move, and then like, well, I'll work on something else or focus on this, and then maybe I go back to it. But the people that have found success, I can see them, keep trying and pushing away. But there's also been a good amount of people in these groups that I think they're really just frustrated right now. People that hadn't seen these low numbers before.
Oh,
Um,
everyone's frustrated. I'm frustrated.
you start flipping over tables and stuff.
Just go nuts. Yeah, everyone's frustrated, but it's just again, I mean, who knows? There's obviously things happening um, at Amazon. We don't know what it is. Even if I did, I probably wouldn't tell you guys again because I just, um, look, Amazon's doing their thing. So just we have to be patient, I guess. But I'm just dying to know what this. Can't keep saying, "Oh man, just be patient. There's some good things coming," and I'm just like dying to know what it is.
I guess we'll find out. We also need to get, I mean, the Jersey guys, it seems like I haven't really talked to them in a good while. We should probably get them on the show
Yeah, we
soon.
should get them. We should get them back.
I'm kind of curious to see how they're doing.
I talk to Anthony on a regular basis. See, man, dude, where are you, man? Where are you? And the reason I'm asking him that for the listeners is like I talk to everyone like behind the scenes, right? You're like never in the conversations, man. You're what are you doing? Where are you?
I should probably, I think if I go look at that conversation, I'm probably like hundreds of messages behind.
Jeez. But anyway, I talk to Anthony on a regular basis. In fact, I just texted him. I texted him this morning or yesterday. Anyway, um, no, he said his numbers are pretty much the same. He's,
Okay.
their accounts are it's the same thing. He said he's having some weird. He's starting. He's seeing some weird patterns. Um, His numbers are down, very similar to our numbers. Yeah, no, they're definitely in the same boat. But yeah, we'll get those guys back on the show. They're definitely fun to talk to. Um, you know what? I want to publicly invite some female speakers because I'm starting to see a pattern here, right? The Merch Minds podcast is becoming the damn sausage fest. And we were supposed to have a female guest a couple of weeks ago, and she got
Hmm.
sick.
True.
But yeah, if if you're a female, whether you're doing good or average or whatever, if you guys want to be on the podcast, let us know. We'll definitely talk to you behind the scenes and see if you have an interesting story to share with the public. But yeah, definitely need more females on the show. Um,
And I think Amanda too. I think probably need to get a hold of her and see when we can.
she's super sweet, isn't
Yeah,
she?
we can
Super
have
cool.
Amanda on the show too and see.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, I totally agree. So we can. Yeah, we
Yeah.
got to work on
Dude,
our
where
guests.
are you, man? See, she's another person that I talk to all the time behind the scenes. Where are you?
I'm all around. I mean, mainly I'm on YouTube. That's where you can find me.
That's his thing, though. Yeah, I mean, I know Glenn's really trying to scale his channel, so you're definitely busy doing that. But yeah, so definitely, we'll have some more guests, female guests. But how about, well, let's see. So baseball season officially started. Do you have any baseball shirts?
I do have baseball shirts.
Did you see any spike in sales as far as baseball?
No, but I
Okay.
did see a spike in a different sport.
Do you care to share? Or is it something
Uh,
that's
yeah, we have to hold it on a secret. Just kidding. Actually, I saw a big spike in golf shirts
I think it's because of Tiger, huh?
because of the Masters.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
So yeah, it was. I was like, oh man, some of these golf shirts are really doing good. And then just different kinds of designs. I remember I made certain golf shirts. It was already maybe like a little bit over a year ago, just kind of focusing on that niche, like just totally different designs. They're not even just like purely text based or anything, but just totally different things about golf. And then those are the ones that ended up doing good recently. So I was kind of happy about that, but pretty sure when the Masters, when it's over, it'll probably start going back down again. Who
And the
knows?
Masters happening right now, right?
Yeah, it's happening right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a big golf guy. I really don't know,
I'm
but
not either. My dad is. He's a huge golf guy. I try to get into it, but it's just man, it's um, there's really no action. It just bores the hell out of me. And no disrespect to any golfers, because I've tried it. It's like the hardest thing ever, man. Have you ever tried golfing?
yeah, I have tried.
Dude, I hit more freaking gravel and dirt than I hit the ball, and it's so hard.
I know. I suck at golf. I can't do it.
Yeah, no, so no disrespect to any golfers. It's just that, me, I like to see a little more action. Football, boxing, basketball. Those are my kind of sports.
Yeah, yeah. I can't. What about like? Have you ever gone to like Top Golf in those places?
Yeah, I've been to Top Golf, and but that's come on, that's you're drinking beers, you're sucking down a chicken wing. Come on, man, that's not really that's more recreational, right?
Have you ever been to Putt Putt? Just kidding.
A putt putt, is that a real place?
Yeah, it's like used to be putt putt golf. You know what I mean? Like you just little putting.
I I never heard of it. I know
No.
I know a tuk tuk. That's in Thailand, man. That's one of them little carts that you ride in.
All right, now we're getting off topic with carts and golf. Hey, what was the other
Uh,
news you're going to talk about?
let's see. So baseball. So we talked baseball. I'm flying out to Los Angeles tomorrow. So
Oh
no, so
yeah.
normally Glenn and I we record these podcasts on Fridays. Today is actually Thursday. It's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon here in California. Flying down to Los Angeles for a social meetup that's happening on Saturday afternoon. Debbie, who you know as well, she's organizing it. Um, and yeah, so I'm flying down, and here's the thing, we talk about this all the time on the show, right? about networking. Like,
Yeah.
after it's all said and done, I probably spend close to $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Just to go down there and hang out with people, right? Considering I paid for airfare, 2 nights hotel, ground transportation, food, drinks, all that, right?
Yeah.
Um, but you know what? I just enjoy the networking. I enjoy meeting people, so I don't mind paying that because you learn so much from other people, right?
Yeah.
And but yeah, so I'm really looking forward to it. Uh, Obviously Debbie's going to be there. I know Matt and Aaron, they're going to be there. RJ, my boy RJ. Um, let's see who else is going to be there. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of other people. I just can't remember.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so that'll be happening this Saturday. So by the time the podcast comes out on Monday, it'll be over. And then let's see. I think. Well, I don't think. I am going to be organizing a meetup here in the Bay Area probably um, soon. And the reason being is because a lady reached out to me. She said, "Young, I listen to the podcast all the time. I'm going to be in the Bay Area. I'm flying in from Scotland. Isn't that cool,
Nice.
man?
Scotland.
Yeah, isn't that cool?"
Nice.
She's like, I only know like one other person in Scotland that does merch, but I want to meet you and I want to network. And I'm like, hey, you just say the word. So I'm working with her behind the scenes, and so we'll probably do one here. I'm thinking it's going to be very soon. I was originally thinking of having one in May, but I think with her obviously coming in, it's going to happen a lot sooner than I thought.
Okay. So that's yeah, we're already in April, so you're thinking probably in the next.
Probably a week or two, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So as soon as I think she's on the plane as we speak.
Oh, nice.
So as soon as I talk to her, we figure out a date. I'll post something in the group, mention it on the podcast if it hasn't happened already.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that's meetups, man. Guys, I encourage you, man. Freaking network. It's so fun.
Yeah.
You learn so much from other people, man. I just I keep saying it all the time.
And I think it's just, I mean, someone had asked too, like going, what did they say? Like going to different places and conferences and stuff, like why do it? Like why not just go to places like to try to find stuff when it comes to like, out hustled as far as like selling things on eBay? Like what's the whole point of doing meetups? And I'm like, the main point is like to talk and help and network and meet people, that I talk to on an everyday basis, more or less, like on emails or um on DMs and stuff. So meeting
Right.
someone in person is like totally different. You build like
And
these relationships that you wouldn't even have without the
oh
internet, pretty
yeah.
much. I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Building. I mean, I said this, dude. When were we? Was it last week that we were on an RJ show?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Oh,
That,
that
oh, that was
this,
hilarious.
this got some
Anyway,
funny jokes all over the
a-
place.
anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is, I always talk about Debbie on this show because, I mean, she gave me a lot of pointers when I first met her, and we have a relationship now. Um, she's always helping me out. I'm helping her out. Dude, she just said that she picked up Adobe CC and she sent me a private message and she was like, "I'm so glad I finally bought CC." She's like, "This thing's so powerful."
Nice. That's
Right,
awesome.
but that's what we're talking about is building relationships, right?
Yeah.
And Debbie is, you're obviously my boy, man, but Debbie, she's my number one in the merch community, man. I love Debbie. If it wasn't for her, my numbers in December would have been garbage, man.
There we go.
Um, but yeah, but going back to that show with RJ, that was, oh my gosh, that was freaking hilarious. Um, let's see. And so what else? Yeah, so I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else that's really happening in the merch world. Let's see. My Amazon printful integration's been slow. I'm
Okay.
I'm I'm starting to get sales, but it's oh, you know what happened?
What happened?
I got a sale through the Amazon through with the integration.
Hmm.
The lady, after she got her shirt, wrote me a message in all caps, right? Oh, you just sent the wrong color. I ordered the color red. You sent navy, right? And I was like, what? So I'm thinking, obviously, okay, something happened, right? There was a mistake. There was a mistake that was made. But I went and I checked the order. Um, Dude, she ordered navy. So I wrote her back and said, look, I checked and I double checked, and you definitely ordered a navy. And I haven't heard back from her.
No response.
No response. But it's weird. But yeah, I mean, she was obviously pissed. I mean, when you're writing caps, that's like equivalent of yelling. And she's saying, "Oh, you sent me," and I checked, man. I checked. And
That's
because normally, if a mistake is made, Printful is really good about sending out a replacement and expediting it, right? Because
yeah.
that happened in December, and if you guys remember, um, Printful has sent out a shirt in December, and it was a completely different shirt. It wasn't even one of my designs, right? So I had the customer take the picture, and I showed a Printful, and I said, "Look, this is a shirt that they received." Printful said, "We made a mistake." They reprinted the shirt and they expedited it like overnight.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That's cool.
yeah, so that's cool. So, but like I said, I went in and I checked. I checked Amazon and I checked the Printful side, and everything shows that she ordered a navy.
Oh
So I don't
man.
know.
I kind of like wonder like what people think sometimes when it comes to like to some of these orders. I have the I have these huge shoes that I sold on eBay,
Hmm.
and they've been returned twice because the people that bought it thought it was a different size, and it says the size like 3 or 4 times on there, and for some weird reason, it's like they just don't read any small details or something. And that's not even a small detail. That's like the main thing. Like, what are you buying as far as the size go? In this case, this lady bought it for the color. And then I don't know, for some reason, something just gets lost there to where, and then finally get it. You're like, what the hell is this?
No, you know what the problem is. I think people sometimes they're in a hurry,
Yeah.
and it's like you said, they don't really read. Because I'll give you an example, right? I remember one time I was this was a couple of years ago. I was buying a ticket to go to Los Angeles, and I accidentally, instead of Los Angeles on Southwest, because I was in a hurry that afternoon, I clicked on Las Vegas,
Oh,
right? So I had purchased a round trip ticket to go to Las Vegas, and then fortunately, like 48 hours before I was supposed to leave, obviously I'm checking in, I'm checking my flight and whatnot, and I'm like, Las Vegas. I'm like, what is this? Like, what the hell? I'm like, I bought tickets to Las Vegas because I was in a rush. It's like you said, I wasn't
yeah.
reading. I'm in a rush. I'm in a hurry. So yeah, it happens. But yeah, but the fact that she wrote me and she was all pissed off, dude. She was like, I ordered a red and you sent me a navy. Okay.
Well, it is what it is. Well, let us know what happens in the next episode. We can see if the follow up and see what.
Yeah, we'll see what happens because obviously I'm very new to the Amazon Printful integration.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this is going to affect my, I don't know how returns are going to happen or how it affects my account. Because I know a lot of people are terrified of doing the whole Amazon integration because they're saying, oh, well, it's going to hurt my Amazon account because Printful doesn't, ship within a couple of days or something. I don't know. And I don't know. I don't have the answers myself, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm very new to this, so
Yeah. You can only do so much.
yeah. No, it's dude. I'm so freaking tired right now, man. My day job has been really, really demanding. Uh, this past week, man, I'm literally getting like 4 hours sleep a night, and it's been really bad.
Well, at least you get a nice break there during this weekend. Meet up with some people, have a few drinks.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be fun for sure.
There we go. So we should talk about our guest.
Oh, our guest. I've been looking forward to this, man. Yeah, so this week we are talking to your brother.
Yes, my
AK
actual real brother.
Your actual real brother, uh, Anthony Zubia, also AKA Brother Hacks,
Yep.
AKA Jeremy Piven, and you guys would know what I'm referring to when you actually listen to the interview. But we didn't really
Or
know
see
we.
him.
Yeah, you know what? And this interview was kind of unexpected, right? Like it wasn't really planned. He happened to be in town, so because I know your father just had surgery,
Yeah.
um, and by the way, how's your father? Is he recovering well?
Yeah, recovering well. So he got the other shoulder. He got that done. Now this is his other one. So now, yeah, they're rebuilding him. He's gonna be like a Terminator after
The
this.
$6 million man. But yeah, so he was in town because I know your father had a surgery. So we were like, let's get him on the podcast. And you know what? It was a fun conversation. It was a casual conversation. We joked a lot. Didn't really have a topic, but for those of you guys that don't know, he was on the Amazon merch, but he was suspended. He does talk about why he got suspended, and but you know now he's kind of venturing into other pods, and he's doing other things, which you'll definitely hear about in the interview.
Yeah, we got like skill share, of course, and
He
things like
talks
that.
about
So, yeah,
Skillshare.
design and teaching and things like that. So
Yeah. Okay, guys, this is what episode 75, and believe it or not, we're recording this like minutes after episode 74.
yeah,
Um, and as always, I always say we have a special guest, and we do indeed have a special guest again. We have Brother Hacks, Mr. Anthony Zubia, who
yeah.
I think looks like Jeremy Piven.
He has glasses. He has a beard, kind of
Beard
rugged.
going.
If you guys don't know who Jeremy Piven is, just look him up on Google. Brother Hacks is a spitting image of him.
Very handsome man.
Hideous. Hideous. No, he is a handsome man, and you're also a handsome guy. Clearly,
thank
both
you.
of you, clearly both of you guys are good-looking guys. You guys have beautiful, significant others. I don't know. That makes me. I guess that must make me hideous because I'm still single with this dirty ass dog back there.
There's a dog back there.
I got a dog, man. Damn dog, so neurotic, man. He's so what's going on, man? It's been a while.
Just, yeah, it has been a while. When was the last time I saw you in person? Like a few years ago?
It's been a while.
Hanging out with CJ.
Yeah, with CJ. That was a couple years ago, man. Hey, dude, I'm a little disappointed in you, though. And I'll tell you why.
You're disappointed.
And you, Jeremy. I'm talking to you, man. Dude, when you got married, I thought I was going to get an invitation.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me
I was checking my mailbox every freaking day. Nothing.
Hey, you weren't the only one, man. Everybody, like, hey, you didn't invite me?
Did you invite your parents at least? Did your parents go?
Yeah, the venue was small, and then we have a big family. My wife has a big family. It's like everybody was crunched in there.
Oh, man, that's no excuse. But you know what, though, you're still my friend. You're still Brother Hacks to me.
Brother Hacks.
Brother Hacks, man. So obviously this is a merch podcast.
Yeah.
Do you have a merch account, Mr. Jeremy?
No, I do not. I used to have a merch account back in the day. You know, my brother here told me about it. He was like, "You got to get on merch by Amazon. You can make a ton of money." And I was like, "All right, let me look into this."
You looked into it, okay?
Yeah.
And okay, in all seriousness, you know, obviously we're joking here, but your account did get suspended. What happened?
So I joined early on to where, you know, they didn't have as many of the guidelines on there. And I was pretty much doing some parody shirts. That's what
were you doing, dude?
Let's see, Pokemon Go was very popular at the time. Everybody was like, "Hey, play this Pokemon Go app," and I was like, "I'm not gonna do it. I'd rather just design shirts and make money."
So I know the shirts that I know that you had done would fly on other platforms. I mean, he wasn't like showing it wasn't like Pikachu and the logo and all this random stuff. I mean,
yeah.
his ideas I know were
They're original, but they're parodies off of Pokemon Go.
yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
So, and for those of you longtime listeners, so this is so I don't. Where'd you go to college? Just out of curiosity, because you have a degree in graphic design as well.
Yep. St. Edward's University in Austin, Texas.
In Austin, Texas, and you live in Austin.
Yep.
So, when I was in college, and I tell this story all the time because and I get criticized for it, but I'm like, why am I being criticized when I'm just telling you what my college professor told me? But my college professor told me, he goes, parody is okay. He says, as long as you don't try and come across as being the parent company trying to sell that particular design, right? If that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So, but I've always said that's not going to fly on Amazon, right? Even though it's supposedly allowed, it would never fly. So what Glenn was saying was that Jeremy here was doing Pokemon Go shirts on Amazon, even though he wasn't necessarily using like the characters or any of that.
Yeah.
And they cracked down on that, huh?
Yep, they got me because initially in the guidelines they didn't really have as many regulations back then because they I think after a while they started changing the rules where like you can't put certain tags in there, and then also this was before they had the reviewing process.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and they started bringing that out, and even when they were reviewing them, some of them passed.
Okay, so let me ask you, man. Before you got suspended, were you making at least decent money with those Pokemon Go shirts?
Yeah, yes, I was. That's when it dawned on me that I was like, all right, now I'm seeing money from this. This is what my brother was talking about.
How much were you making with those Pokemon shirts?
I think during that time, I think it had gone like around $1,000 that month.
And how many shirts did you have live?
I thought it was around like 50 to 75 around there.
Damn, so you were doing pretty good, huh? 75 shirts, and you made $1,000 that month with Pokemon Go shirts.
Yeah, I don't think I'd even passed 100 shirts.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. I mean, it sucks that you don't have a merch account anymore, but that sucks. But
and this is kind of, I mean, the I guess the fine line with like parody. I mean, it's different on every platform. Do we know that it would not fly on Amazon? Yeah, we know that. Would some work on Etsy? I mean, Yong has different parody shirts. He's talked about it on the podcast before. I mean, parody isn't bad if you know what you're doing and you're not infringing on certain trademarks. At the same time, it's like an idea like that Yong had that didn't get approved for. What was that other one that you tried doing? That other platform that they didn't accept, which wasn't even
cafe booty ass Cafe Press, man.
Yeah, booty ass.
Hey, nobody shops on Cafe Press. And so
I don't know.
Yeah, come on now.
I mean, the parody was basically it was a font. It was a premium font too, right? It was something that I had paid for, but it was a parody on something. It's just really difficult to explain. But I showed Glenn the design, and he was like, "What the hell is wrong with this?" He's like, "Why did they reject you?"
That's weird. You never know.
I was like, "I don't care, man. Cafe Press, man. What the hell?"
Yeah.
So now you're obviously married. You guys are both actually technically newlyweds still. So have you maybe tried getting another account with your wife?
Oh, it's funny that you bring that up because I did. She applied the other day, and yesterday they declined her.
Oh,
which was a pretty fast response from them. Haven't seen them respond that fast.
Do they say why?
Nope. Maybe she saw her new last name at Zubia and was like, we don't want any Pokemon Go shirts on here.
They're like, no, man, she's married to Jeremy. No.
I guess so.
That sucks. But you're on other pods.
Yep.
Which pods are you on? Which pods?
T-Public So you can find some of my previous Pokemon Go shirts now on tpublic.com. They don't mind the parodies.
You know, they really don't. And we interviewed the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
And that's awesome. I really like TeePublic. You know, I'll tend to do more like parody, but I feel like their demographic tends to be, you know, like they have cool like video game stuff or like comic stuff.
They're
movies.
definitely a lot more lenient about stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you're on TeePublic. What else?
Redbubble was another one that I like. I remember I hadn't heard about Redbubble until I saw you post about it in the merch group.
Yeah.
Shout out to Yong right there.
Shout out to Yong. Okay.
My boy Yong.
Yep. Yeah, you posted about it because I was like, man, I don't have this merch account anymore. Got to figure out, you know, how else I can sell some t-shirts. And sure enough, yeah, I went on there and yeah, I've been able to sell some designs. So it's a pretty cool platform.
It is. It is. Very cool. Any other platforms you're on?
Etsy and Printful.
How are you doing?
Shout out to Yong.
Hey, shout out to Yong. I like it. Now, how are you doing on Etsy and Printful? Just out of curiosity, because I think Etsy and Printful has a lot of potential.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree.
Are you doing pretty good?
I'm doing all right. I mean, I was doing pretty good during the holidays, selling those Christmas sweaters. People were buying those up. You know, they want to go to their holiday parties in style. So, so they hit me up on Etsy for those, and then yeah, it's a little bit slower. You know, once the new year started, you know, everybody had spent all their money during the holidays. But
how many designs do you have up currently? Well, no, actually, how many products do you have live?
I think around 75. So I'm still.
Dude, what is wrong with
my way past the?
What the hell is wrong with the Zubia brothers, man? Why don't you get like? I think I asked Glenn the same question. He goes, "I have like maybe 5 products live." Dude, you gotta keep uploading.
It's because to me, like your Etsy is like my YouTube. It's almost like with you saying like I'm not gonna do YouTube. I don't want to do any of this. And for me, I'm like,
but
why am I gonna do Etsy?
But Jeremy has no excuse. He's not on YouTube or doing a podcast.
Not on YouTube, but on Skillshare though.
And we'll talk about that. Nice. Okay.
Look at that.
All right.
Yeah, that was nice little segment. That was pretty smooth, man. Okay, so you have 75 designs or products live on Etsy, but you mentioned Skillshare. What is Skillshare?
So Skillshare is an online platform where you can sign up and have a membership and pretty much learn things from other creatives.
Now, did you learn about Skillshare from me as well?
No, I did not.
You didn't? Okay, no, because I did kind of introduce it to the community.
Did you learn graphic design from Yong as well?
Professor Yong at St. Edward's University, yes.
But okay, so you're on Skillshare and you're offering, you're making courses, you're offering courses. Yeah. How's that been?
It's been good. I really enjoy the Skillshare platform. Yeah, so kind of how you're saying, you know, about my brother doing YouTube, this has kind of been my outlet, kind of getting a hold of the creative demographic. Yeah, I've been doing, you know, classes on Illustrator, some print on demand stuff, graphic design trends, and it's been going good. I have close to 2,000 students, you know, almost 100 positive reviews, and it just keeps growing. I drop a class once a month, so it's pretty cool.
Okay, cool. No, absolutely, and Skillshare is something that I, to be honest with you, I did kind of introduce it to the community back in the days, and I was like, this is what I told people. I was like, with Skill, you know, because there's Udemy. I'm sure you heard of Udemy.
Yeah.
I was like, Skillshare, in my opinion, is better because you pay one price and you have access to every single course in that platform.
Correct. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So I was recommending Skillshare to people, and it's
Nice.
cheap, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
What was it? It's like $20 a month or something.
I think it might be like 9 or 10 a month.
Oh, okay. See, I subscribe to it annually, um, and I every year I just automatically pay the annual fee, and I can't remember what it
Nice.
is. So it's about $9 a month.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
Okay.
because kind of I'm kind of in your boat because I get the annual one, but I was able to get it for free because I was in a training where I was able to learn about how to teach the classes, and so they hooked it up on there.
Okay. Nice. Nice. So you have. Sounds like you have 3 classes currently. You're dropping a
Uh,
course.
I have 4 right now.
Okay, you have 4, and you said you're dropping a course once a month, so you're probably going
Yep.
to have another one next month. Um,
Yep.
okay, cool. So
And I mean, if they want to go to that, because I brought it up too, because I also had like different questions about, of course, that's Skillshare and how that works. But Skillshare.com/user/Anthony M Zubia is where you go.
Yes,
And
sir.
so here it's like he has different courses. Some of them like this one almost has like 800 students.
800
Almost
students.
yeah, one
Yes,
of the
sir.
videos. Another one has like 600, and then I guess this design trends is pretty new, right? Has like
Yeah.
almost 500 students. So what is the design trends? Like what do you talk about? I guess on that one.
I was talking about like some typography, kind of like on the little thumbnail on there. People like to put some like script fonts over like some condensed type, and have them kind of like overlap each other, and that's like a trend right now. There's also like the images that you would see like on, for example, Spotify, where they're like duotone images where, let's say, instead of black and white, it's like a mix of like two, you know, different colors. And people have been wanting to learn how to do that. I also kind of cover some logo design that's very minimal, and people have been enjoying it. People really like that one. I
Okay,
was,
so this is more for like towards. It's like more towards the beginners.
right, right, yeah,
Okay, which is good because I feel like a majority of the people doing merch by Amazon or any pod, they have no design background, so this would be the perfect segue for
yeah.
them to get into design or at least learn more about design. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny that you bring that up because I had posted in the merch group before my Illustrator class that I was like, hey, I know some of you, want to learn about Illustrator, how to design shirts, and I was like, here's this class I dropped the, kind of the basics on, and I think I posted the free link for some of you guys in there, and people told me like, hey, this is awesome. Like I learned a lot from this. I've had questions before that you answered on here, and so it was really cool, to hear that it helped a lot of people.
All right. Cool. Cool. Have you watched his courses, Glenn?
Yeah, I watched them, and we're just kind of just going back and forth and like shooting ideas and talking, about just kind of like what Skillshare, what they have like available now, and like what people are kind of like searching for, what they need to know, or like different things they could learn. And so there's quite a bit on Illustrator and all that. I mean,
Yeah.
if you really really want to learn about it, but kind of like what Yang said, like I really like Skillshare way better than like Udemy because you can just access everything at the
Yeah.
same time.
Everything.
So
Yeah. Well, if you guys remember, gosh, it was one of the earlier episodes when we interviewed Geo. Remember Geo?
oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Dude, I was trying to figure out how to set up my Shopify store, and Gio goes, "Oh, well, just go on Skillshare." He goes, "I'll give you my login credentials." I was like, "Oh, I didn't." I was like, "I never even thought about going on there." I was like, "Dude, you don't have to give me your login credentials. I have my own account." And sure enough, I went in there, found the course that he was talking about, and unfortunately, I still haven't set up my damn Shopify store. Um,
Yeah.
because I just got too many things going on, man.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
only one man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm trying to balance the Etsy Printful, Amazon Printful, obviously merch, and it's just doing the designs. Obviously, it's getting out of control.
There's too many things out there. That's why I
Too
still
many
got
things.
75 products on there doing other stuff.
Yeah, you need to work on that though. Seriously, I think. In fact, just as I was talking to you guys, I just got another sale on Etsy.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah, definitely work on that, Jeremy.
Can
Who's
I,
what?
no, I was gonna ask how many products do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
You're asking too many questions. Okay, this is our show. Okay. No, I'm just joking. I have last time I checked, 395.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
See, I
Yeah.
just
So
want to know so I can be inspired.
don't try and ridicule me, man. Okay. I uploaded.
I'm not. I wanted to be inspired. You've shown me the way before, Young.
As a matter of fact, you've shown him the way to where like the last question he had about the whole Etsy stuff, he asked RJ, not Young. So
you reached out to RJ, man?
Yeah. Yep.
How come you never reached out to me?
I have reached out to you.
When?
There was that time that you went live in the merch group.
Yeah, what happened to those live shows?
Oh, dude, I stopped doing them. You know what? I gotta start doing them.
Correct me or not. You were eating bugs. I remember.
I was eating bugs. That dude. Yeah, it was like at 10, 11 o'clock at night, huh?
Yeah.
I had just gotten home, and I had a little thing of bugs, and I started eating bugs. Yeah, that was some Joe Rogan freaking Fear Factor stuff right there. Yeah, that was nuts. I'll never do that again.
I guess going back to the Etsy thing. So, how many are you doing on other products though, like pillows and?
Great question.
Not pillows, definitely mugs, phone cases, but primarily apparel.
Okay.
But I don't know. I guess I should just take my own advice that we given to Eric on the previous show and just have my stuff on everything. But definitely apparel, because those are the best sellers, right?
Yeah.
People are going to buy the apparel more than the mugs and stuff like that. So
yeah, and also the profit that Printful has is pretty good. I feel like I had made like $15, $16 on a T-shirt one time, and I was like, man, that's pretty good.
Yeah. But now, one of the things that people always say is, oh, well, you guys never talk about fees. No, we've always said that there are fees. There are fees you have to pay, but at the same time, if you just build your store and have quality designs, I think you can make a decent amount of money on Etsy. But so here, dude, you will be the perfect candidate, Jeremy, to do the Amazon and Printful integration, since you're not on Amazon now.
Oh, okay.
Now you heard about this, right?
Yeah, because you open a store on Amazon, right? And you use the Printful integration.
Yeah,
is that what you're referring to?
Yeah. So you need a Seller Pro account. You got to pay Amazon the $40 a month, and then it's just pretty much the same thing that you're doing with Etsy, except you're now integrating everything into your Amazon store. Nice. So you would be the perfect candidate, since you're not on merch. I would try and get your products on Amazon that way.
Okay, awesome. And so do you feel like you like that better than
I
Etsy?
think this is what I was telling Glenn, and this is what I told RJ and everyone else on earlier in the week. I think that integration has a bigger potential than the Etsy Printful integration.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Because you have Amazon's traffic.
Oh, right.
With multiple products.
So instead of just the
so
T-shirts,
basically the same products that you have on Etsy, you can now have it on Amazon.
Oh,
so
right.
I think you'd be the perfect candidate. So there is some hope for you to be on Amazon still. So I would definitely start doing that.
Nice.
In fact, I wouldn't even mess with your Etsy store at this point. I would just start doing that, man. Seriously.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll get on.
And then getting the Skillshare on even on setting it up. I mean, that's even if people have problems with setting it up, you could even do a video on that and kind of show the basics.
So what made both of you? Because you guys are both now. There's no other Zubia brothers or sisters, right? It's just you two.
Correct.
Yes,
What made you both get into graphic design?
Well, my dad, I mean, he was just kind of into like drawing and illustration and stuff like that. I remember like for the university that I went to, I think during like 90s or something, he said he submitted like a logo design and stuff for it, and so like he kind of had that interest in like art and design and all that, even though he didn't really like, go all in on that. He, did something else, but that's what he enjoyed doing. And I just feel like we kind of got that, I guess, from him. And then,
I think naturally.
And once design stuff, I mean, I really didn't even know what graphic design was until like Photoshop, Illustrator, kind of like learning it. Like when my buddy was kind of talking about it, like, oh, you can Photoshop like, and like, well, it was during like MySpace time, and he was like, you could Photoshop like people's like animal heads onto like people's bodies. And what we like what we used to do was like on MySpace we would so like people had like certain pictures where they thought they were all cool, and like we Photoshop like I don't know, it was just like a random animal head on their body, and then we'd leave it as like a comment or whatever, like on their or post on their page, and like people would get so pissed off at that. But I just thought it was funny because I was like, oh man, like this guy thinks he's all cool. Wait until he sees this animal face on his body.
Wait until he has a horse head.
Oh man,
because if I remember correctly, Glenn, didn't you say you were originally like a computer science major or something?
Yeah, I was in computer science. I did that because I thought that's like what you could do to get into like video games. And then once I got in there, they're like binary codes and I was like, man, this is boring. Like I do not want to do this. And that's where I changed majors. And I told them I was going to go into like art, graphic design direction. And like they just gave me a hard time.
Yeah,
like,
what did they tell you?
Yeah, they're like, you must not like money if you're going from like the counselor literally told me that like you must not like money if you want to go from computer science to art major.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this is really what I want to do. So I was like, you're not going to talk me into staying into this.
Technically speaking, that is kind of true, right?
Oh, well, from their standpoint, yes. But little did they know, Hustler Hacks was going to bloom out of that.
Look at this guy. Man, you talk about being humble. Jeez. What is this? What the heck? What is this?
Actually, it's because stuff like that was like most like the motivation, like because when people tell you can't do something and telling you like you must not like money, and like before I even did anything, I was like, this is what people are going to tell me already. Like just into the college thing, I hadn't even done anything in art yet, and then I go into the art thing, and then what does my professor tell me for the art thing? I don't think you're meant for this art thing.
Wow.
Like I didn't even know what graphic design was, and then that professor told me like I don't think you're meant for graphic design. And I was like, man, these people just do not want me to go to college at all. And then I stayed with graphic design, got my major and degree in that, and then had to pay back student loans and whatever else. But I do like graphic design. It's what I really wanted to do. So
yeah.
Let me ask you, Jeremy.
Jeremy,
do you have a BA or a BFA?
It's a BA, Bachelor of Arts Graphic Design.
Just a question: how come you guys never pursued a BFA?
When I looked at the full breakdown, they wanted me to do, of course, like printmaking and sculpture and all this other stuff, and then I wanted to do more of like the marketing communication side. So when I did the BA, my minor was in communications, so I did more of like that part of it, I guess.
What about you, Jeremy?
Yeah, kind of the same thing because he was kind of mentioning going back to MySpace days. We kind of realized the potential of social media and marketing, that we knew that our design skills weren't just going to be design, that they were going to integrate in all these other outlets. So we needed to know marketing. We needed to know social media.
Yeah. The reason why I didn't go into BFA was because, I've told this story 100 times now. It's like, I went to college later in my life, and I was working, full time while I was going to college, and the professors basically told me, in order for you to be in the BFA program, you would have to quit your day job. I'm like, man, if I don't have a day job, I can't survive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because my parents wasn't paying for my tuition. I was
Yeah.
like, oh hell no. So I was like, nah, you know what? I'll stick with the BA. And
Yeah.
to be honest with you, just because you have a BFA doesn't mean that you're a better designer, right?
Right.
It just means that you have that. It basically means that you have an F in between the B and the A. That's all I mean. It doesn't mean that you're a better designer.
What year did you graduate college, Young?
Oh gosh, it was like 7, 8 years ago.
Oh.
7, 8 years ago. Wait, so like 2010?
Dude, yeah, dude, I gave my mom my degree. I put it in a nice frame and I gave it to her, and she has it down, in Southern California.
I think we must have graduated around the same time. Then I mean, I graduated in 2009.
Okay.
From the university. But what I was talking when he was going to school, what I liked about it though is that they were teaching him more of like websites, mobile, and things like that.
It changes, right? It changes, right? I mean, I'm sure graphic design that's being taught 10 years from now is going to be completely different from what we know.
Yeah.
Right. And not just that. I mean, kids are these days, they teach themselves Photoshop and Illustrator when they're like 2 years old,
out of the womb.
Yeah,
it was frustrating. Well, it was frustrating though, because like at that time when I was like my senior year, like all of this stuff was already happening though, like apps,
what do you mean?
Mobile websites, like this stuff that was out. Like I felt like we should have learned more about that, but we had old school professors that didn't know anything about it or how to use it, how to make a website, and so I was learning like. I remember my senior year, I was doing the same thing that I did the junior year, was like packaging, like, designs for packaging, logo designs, and I had already done stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, so I don't know how it is when you guys went, but at least for us, like the whole web development wasn't actually part of the whole curriculum. I mean, that was something that they always encouraged for you to learn, but it was the bread and butter in the graphic design program was always Illustrator and Photoshop. Like web design was just like, if that was just an option. Like if you guys want to learn it, it was. I mean, I still got all my, I still have all my stuff. You guys remember these, right, from the college, right?
Yep.
Right?
Look at this guy.
Mat boards.
Yeah, I mean,
bust out the X-Acto knife.
Yeah, I still have all those, right? And some of them some of them deal with websites, right? Like here's one. Here's a website that I did. But yeah, no. So I was just curious. What made you guys both get into design? Who's the better designer besides me?
I don't know. We should do a little competition.
Okay. Between you two.
No, between all three of us.
Oh, well, okay, that's fine. But between you two, who's the better designer?
We're too humble to say.
Very humble family.
Humble my ass, okay? Humble. 2 minutes ago, you're talking about Mr. Hustler Hacks. Who's the better designer?
I don't know. I mean, he obviously has more experience, so he's done it longer.
Okay, and now you're actually doing some designs for him on merch, right?
Yep. So even though I'm not directly on merch making money, Hustler Hacks knows what's up, sending designs my way. He's got YouTube to do, he's got meetups to go to, so he sends the work my way.
So how many designs are you making approximately per month for him?
I think because we're doing like just different like variations. So
yeah.
I'm trying to think, like every 2 weeks it's about like 600 because the the different variations.
So when you
That
say
sound about right?
variations, they're like it's just the same design. You're just changing
Like
like a
different
couple words.
colors or different
Yeah, different
fonts
font.
or things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a lot. So you're doing 600 every 2 weeks.
I feel like more.
More than that? I mean,
No,
that's
not like every 2 weeks. I feel like probably throughout the month or like 600 to 800 around there.
yeah, it's around there. But it's quite a bit. But it's more like the variation type, kind of more of the numbers game, more than like individual detailed designs or something like that. It's
Yeah,
more
it's
of like
not
the
like
numbers game, trying to get more out there and seeing what works.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
not like
Are you,
it's
who's coming up with the concepts?
I tell him the ideas. So I give him like a spreadsheet, all that of like the ideas that I want for it, and then he does it. So
yep.
Okay. All right, cool. Jeremy, are you for hire? For instance,
yes.
if I want your services.
Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm aside from all the other things like Skillshare and print on demand, I'm a freelance graphic designer and creative director. So
Okay.
I'm
If
available for
how much is your brother paying you per month?
um probably like around a grand.
Okay. If I paid you 500, would you bust out some designs for me, like half of what you're doing for your brother?
Yep.
All right. I have to think about that then.
There we go. Think
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I am thinking
I'm
about
always
it.
open to collaborate. So
Okay, cool.
anybody else
How
in
how
designs,
about
holler
this?
at
How
me.
about this? How about all three of us make a course on Skillshare, huh?
Oh, there you go.
What do
See,
you,
Young's always come with some ideas, right?
huh? What do you think, Lynn? Would you be interested?
Would you want to be? Is it gonna be full on design, step by
I don't
step, or
I don't know.
what?
I don't know what kind of course it would be, but
Oh, okay. I don't know what. You're
just
like, I
just
don't
an
know
idea.
what kind of course. As long as it
Just
has our
As
name
long
on
as us three.
just an idea, man. I don't know.
it.
I mean, we can make a class on how to be the Three Stooges. I mean, who knows?
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we're open for the idea. You got to come down to El Paso though.
Yeah, fly in.
Okay,
Drive.
okay, that's right. Because you live in Austin now. Did you fly or drive there?
Flew in.
Okay, cool. Because your father is having surgery in a couple of days. I hear in a few days. So
Well, he had surgery already,
Yeah.
okay,
so he's
okay,
good. Yeah, he's just resting, trying to
Yep.
you
Healing
know
up,
healing
recovering.
up. So
okay, cool. All right, cool, man. Well, hey, Jeremy, Brother Hacks, we really appreciate you being on the show.
people are gonna get confused that his real name is Jeremy now when they go look for his Skillshare and stuff.
Hey, that's his
Yeah.
real name. It's
My
Jeremy.
name is not Jeremy.
It is
My name
just
is Anthony.
It's Jeremy to me. Okay. So thanks for being on the show. Any comments before you leave?
Yeah. You can find me on any social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Anthony M Zubia. It's not Jeremy. And then as my brother mentioned, the Skillshare.com/user/Anthony M Zubia. And my website is zubiacreative.com. And so I'm always open to collaborate and work with anybody. So
Cool, man. Yeah, and we'll have all that information in the show notes.
nice. Thanks for having me on, Yong.
Hey, don't thank me. This is your brother's channel.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Hustler Hacks.
Like our Young says, Mr. Hacks.
Mr. Hacks. Mr. Hacks and Brother Hacks.
There we go.
Fun interview as we promised. Jeremy Piven, man, he's a hell of a guy.
He's a
hell of a guy.
I know. We got to see when we go out to Austin and see him.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a good guy. Is he? I mean, I know I had asked him, if I could hire him, and he said, he's definitely he'd be willing to do some work. Now, is he for hire to the public?
Yeah, he's for hire for the public for sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
but definitely not no freaking $5 per design or something.
No.
Something stupid. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? If you guys are interested, because it does sound like he is interested in doing some stuff like that, we'll have his contact information and all that in the show notes. But yeah, man, that was definitely a fun interview. It was long overdue, man. I've been wanting to talk to your brother for some time now. I was a little pissed off he didn't, invite me to the wedding, but it's all cool now, man. Everything's good. So cool, man. So I'll report to you guys next week. Let you know how the meetup went.
Yep.
Other than that, man, where can people find you?
Email me hustlerhacks1@gmail.com and here hustlerhacks on YouTube.
And you know what? Email me. Just tag me on Facebook. I think that's probably the best way.
Okay, there we go. So we have a good guest lined up for next week too?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. Sounds good. We'll see you then next week on episode 76.